Welcome to PhysicsTWASS. Today we are going to perform a fascinating phenomenon that will blow your mind. Interleave book fraction. You might have heard that the interleave books make them impossible to pull apart. This video is structured in three parts. First, the requirements of experimental setup. Second, to perform an interesting phenomena to demonstrate the fraction. And finally, we have to know the scientific knowledge behind this phenomena. To perform this activity, we will need two books of same size and a wire passes from the center of one book and a bucket half filled of water. Interleave book pages one by one. The first challenge is to pull apart these books graphing from their spines. Second challenge, we have to lift a half-filled water bucket with the help of these interleave book. Let's move to experiment. Now try this book to pull apart. You will never pull apart these books to utilize your full potential. It is very difficult to afford these books. Now the second challenge, we have to lift the half-filled bucket of water with the help of these two interleave books. Now try. You can see from near it is about 20 kg bucket full of water held by these interleave books. How can books support so much force? To understand this, first you need to understand little more about friction. The friction force between two surfaces depend on two factors, the normal force and the coefficient of friction. So the higher the coefficient of friction or higher the normal force, the higher the resulting friction force. What when the result in such a high friction force between the interleave pages of the sticky box? The coefficient of friction does not change because the material stays the same, that is the paper. So it must be a high normal force. What causes a high normal force? When you try to pull a sticky book apart, the interleave pages are squeezed inward. This increases the normal force on the pages. Conceptually, this works just like a Chinese finger trap. The harder you pull, the harder the page squeeze together. The section of interleave pages is twice as thick as the binding of either individual sticky books. This means that the page in a non-overlapping area of each book must be an angle labeled theta, because so that when you try to pull apart the books, the tension in each individual page represented by red arrow has a horizontal component represented by blue arrow, but it is also a vertical component represented by green arrow. This vertical component squeeze the books together, increase the normal force acting on each page, and thus increasing the friction.